I am with Jim Walker. We're in Dalton. We are at the CFI, what is this called? The CFI Installation Week. I had to check my notes to even know what this is. Jim, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Dave. How are you doing?
Okay. How many days a year do you even get to stay home?
Oh, I don't know. I'm at least home at least 4 or 5 days a month. So it's not as bad as it sounds. But, yeah, there's periods when I'm gone a lot. There's periods when I stay home a lot. Now, my wife, she says, get going.
4 days a month doesn't sound all that great to me,
No.
me personally. Jim, talk about this event. You're certifying here. You have clinics and you're teaching various techniques across the board with all the products.
Yes.
And just talk about that if you would.
Well, this is a CFI event, and we come to Dalton, Georgia about every 2 to 3 years. And we thought that it was time to come to Dalton, Georgia. And we always get good response when we come here. The manufacturers step up to the plate, and they give us lots of products, which that's a real problem around the country, getting product to do these. But we also have quite a few CFI members right here in Dalton, Georgia. Scotty Faulkner, who was instrumental in putting all this together, along with Randy Beckler, a retailer here in Dalton, Georgia. So it's not just installers who are interested in installation. Retailers are interested in it. And I always hear manufacturers don't care about installation, and I'm here to prove that wrong because we've got better support. You can come here, and we got just as many people from the carpet mills as we have installers. So they are interested, and they do care about how their products go down.
Is there a new interest in installation over the last year or two?
No, I don't think there's a new interest. I think we've got some new bodies because obviously a lot of people have gone back to Mexico. So there's not as many installers out here as there were. But I don't think that to say that there was a lot of interest in installation, no. Now, when the economy breaks open and building starts coming back, that's when I think it will, the installation will be a hot topic.
Mm-hmm. It seems like every event that I've been to that involved installation, there's a lot of interest. Now, I've got no basis of comparison, really, but it seems like there's been more interest and more enthusiastic interest in the whole proposition of installation of late.
There is interest, but usually that interest comes from the organized body of installation. As far as bringing new people in, yes, we do get new installers, and these installers are working hard for their money right now because, again, the economy, building isn't where it's supposed to be. But just thank God that I don't have to depend on new construction. Our business keeps growing no matter what.
I see. Now, this is something. You're a road show. You're taking this particular, enterprise you're doing here, which is really a cast of thousands,
right? And
you're taking us on a road.
Yes, we're on the road. We'll have CFI will do approximately 200 of these this year.
Really?
Yes, we'll do 3, 4 a week, and we have the CFI has over 75 certified trainers. They do it. So I'm not doing all of this. You're making it sound like I'm doing it all.
Yeah.
The CFI is doing all of this. I'm just one part of the CFI, and I love doing it, so I volunteered to do it. But these installers that are out here, they want to share their knowledge, and they also want to help people respect our products. For years, our products don't get any respect. For instance, you see free pad, free labor. All that does is just hurts the installation community. Anything free is really not worth having. So, and take freedom, for instance. If it was free, it isn't worth having. We have to fight for that, too. So, same thing with installers. To bring attention to quality installation, we have to stay out in front, along with our manufacturers who's introducing new products every day. The fact that the installers were out there for years, and they're still using the same techniques that they used years ago, they don't work. We got new products, so we've got to bring those new products and the installers together. And that's what our whole mission is. We don't sell a product per se. We have no hidden agenda. All we want to do is elevate the product by providing quality installation for it.
It almost seems like a lot of education ought to be directed towards the retailer. Because, if they say we want to have really good installation here, that's going to cause the installer to go out and get educated, I suppose.
That's one way of looking at it. That's the way I would want to look at it. I would want the retailers to ask for quality installers. Now, I know that there's retailers out there who have clients that don't demand quality installation. I am aware of that. But as an industry, we should be focusing on quality installation. I think that can be solved by the retailers requesting the qualifications of an installer before they hire them. Usually, that doesn't happen. Usually, it's how fast are you and how much do you charge? That's the qualifications it takes to be.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to walk vertically too, in most cases. So those are things that some of the retailers, like not all, there are quality retailers out there.
Well, it would just seem to me, if you go back to the consumer, I don't suspect the consumers have ever spent 2 seconds thinking about installation of a product.
No.
But if you explain it to them, there's 2 ways we could do this. And one way is really a high-quality way. And it would seem like if you did that presentation to a consumer, more times than not, they're going to say, well, sure, that's what I want.
And we have started a program like this for the upholstery work. We will take on a staircase and we will show a retail group one side, and we'll call that standard installation, where we use the electric tacker, and after the job is finished, it looks like a drive-by shooting. On the other side of the staircase, we will present what we call premium installation. No indentations, no staples. It will look as nice as any chair in their house on the upholstery. So again, before, the industry has never provided the consumer an option. Quality installation as opposed to standard installation. So again, that's what we're trying to do, make them aware that there is a correct way to do this.
Are you seeing that happen more often now than in the past?
Yes, I'm seeing that. Matter of fact, there is a major retailer in the industry today who has asked us to upgrade our certification process. They're no longer interested in the entry level. They want us to certify their installers on a higher grade. So there's definitely an interest in it.
I see. You had mentioned about the free installation offers that you see from the big box players. Do you think that's really hurt the industry in a major way?
Oh, yes. Yes. Matter of fact, it really hurts the legitimate installer just by when he gives a price, the consumer will say, well, I just saw in the paper it was free, and here you want $500 for this room? You've got to be crazy. So it has hurt the industry. And I would hope that all retailers, not just big box stores or anybody else, I just hope that the industry realizes that every time they put the word free attached to installation or free pad or free installation. I got one installation company out here, a retailer out here now. If you buy one room, he'll do the rest of your house for free. Now, what does that make our products look like?
It makes it worth that. Exactly what they pay for it, I guess.
Exactly.
I see. We've talked about this before, but the installation community in general, I'm looking around here, there's some young people in here. Are people coming in, younger guys coming into this part of the industry on a relatively frequent basis? Yes,
we are getting younger guys in this into our trade. For instance, we're in Dalton, Georgia, which is not dead center USA. Now, we've got people here from Canada. We've got people from Washington, Colorado, all the way to Florida. They come from all over because they want this information. They can't get this information anywhere. And so they not only come for the information of how to install it, they're coming for the new products. And so there's no place they can go, an individual can go get it, unless they become an associate or they want to be associated with CFI or an organization like us.
So when they come here, say, well, I'm an installer, I'm in Wichita, and I want to know this trade better. They end up joining CFI? They end up joining CFI or becoming an affiliate of ours. But it's not only installers. It's not only retailers that come. Or we have in my class that I have right now, which is an inspection course, we have 6 or 7 people directly from the mills, the major mills. They want to know what's going on with installation. And they want to know how the CFI is addressing problems out there that are installation related, along with problems that may be manufacturers, or it may be retail, or it can even be consumer related. How are you guys handling these problems? So that's what we're trying to work with the group or the industry on solving these problems. We need happy customers. People you see from the mills, are they what, from the claims department, or if not, who? Not necessarily from the claims department, but by and large, most of them are from the claims department.
Yes, and they're looking not only, we know we have a problem, how do we resolve the problem? Even though it may not be mill related, they're still interested in keeping a customer happy.
By far and wide, what's your take on the retailer and the retail salesperson as their basic knowledge about installation?
Very little. The retailer and the the salespeople know very, very little about installation. And again, I think that that's just because of lack of emphasis put on installation.
But I mean, that would seem to be really, really pivotal, I would think, that they have at least maybe not be able to actually install. That would be good, but if you had just a working knowledge, that would seem to be, head and shoulders above a lot of the others.
In my opinion, Dave, a good salesperson would know everything a good installer would know.
Yeah.
I'm not asking them to do it, but they should be able to explain it to their customer as to why we don't do certain things and why we are expected to do certain things. So I think that a good salesperson, a good rep, would know as much as an installer should know.
And even when you go out on a measure, it would seem like that would be a real asset to see the job before the carpet gets there.
Well, we have a saying in CFI, and the saying is good installation starts at the time of the sale, not when the installer arrives. Now, that can only happen if, like you say, that the salesperson or the estimator is fully aware of all the details in installation.